Imagine for a moment that your job is to build Instagram. Not just any Instagram, but one that has to work in a place where almost nothing from the outside world can get in. Sounds simple enough, right? Except there's a catch, a big one. First, you have no internet. Zero. None. No Google, no YouTube, not even a slow Wi-Fi connection to help you out. You can't go to Instagram.com, you can't download the app, and you certainly can't browse Stack Overflow when you get stuck. Even the App Store is off limits. Second, you have no App Store. You can't just see how other apps are designed or what features they have. Third, all you have are a few blurry screenshots, maybe a physical phone you held for 5 minutes, or just someone's hazy memory of what the app looked like. Your task: recreate the entire user experience, the buttons, the layout, the feel of scrolling, from almost nothing. You're reverse engineering a global phenomenon in total isolation. This sounds like a bizarre, almost impossible technical challenge, but for some, it's just another day at work. And yet, this isn't a hypothetical puzzle. It's the reality for software developers in North Korea. In the most isolated country on Earth, a strange digital world has been built, one that mimics the global internet but is completely sealed off. These developers create clones of popular Western and South Korean apps, not to connect citizens, but to keep them contained within a digital bubble. The existence of these clones reveals something profound about control in the modern world. The look and feel of our digital tools, the icons, the swipes, the like buttons, have become a universal language, even in places where the real thing is forbidden. The North Korean regime knows this. To appear modern and keep a tech-aware population engaged, they need something that looks and feels like the real deal. But by gutting these apps of their core function, connection, they reveal their true goal: to build a Potemkin village on a smartphone screen. So, how do you build a digital world in a vacuum? How do you create a convincing copy of Facebook or Instagram when your users will never see the original? This is a story about software, but also about imitation, control, and the resourcefulness of human ingenuity under pressure. It's a journey into a parallel digital universe, familiar on the surface, fundamentally different underneath. Welcome to the internet's uncanny valley. To truly grasp North Korea's app clones, you first need to understand the unique digital landscape they exist in. North Korea doesn't have the internet as we know it. Instead, it operates a closed-off network. This network is called Kwangmyong, or Bright Star, a nationwide intranet, completely separated from the global web. Kwangmyong is tightly monitored, heavily filtered, and physically isolated from the rest of the world. Nothing on Kwangmyong connects to the global internet, and nothing from outside can get in. It's a hermetically sealed information ecosystem designed for maximum control. The government acts as the ultimate gatekeeper, monitoring every digital interaction. Every website, service, and app is developed, vetted, and approved by the state before it reaches users. The content is a predictable mix: propaganda, sanitized news, scientific papers, and e-learning materials. You can look up recipes, check the weather, or use a dictionary app. But you'll only read the state newspaper, and only the news the government wants you to see. There's no Google, no YouTube, no Twitter, no way to access the outside world. The network is a one-way street. The state speaks, and you listen. Access comes through locally made devices like the Samjian tablet or Pyongyang smartphones. These run on heavily modified Android, stripped of the Google Play Store and global apps. Instead, you get a pre-approved selection of local apps, all state-sanctioned. Want a new app? You must visit a designated store, where a technician transfers it to your device under supervision. This process is part of the control system, ensuring every app is tracked and approved. Every piece of software is state-sanctioned and traceable. The custom operating systems even take random screenshots of user activity, stored in a gallery you can't delete. North Korea's internet is the philosophical opposite of the open web, a tool for isolation, surveillance, and total control. Our clearest window into this digital world comes from the smartphones carried by defectors, devices that have escaped the country just like their owners. When North Korean defectors arrive in South Korea or elsewhere, they often bring their phones with them, sometimes hidden away, sometimes in plain sight. These devices are digital time capsules, artifacts from a sealed-off society that researchers eagerly analyze for clues about daily life and state control. What they find is a chilling testament to the regime's approach to technology. Every feature, every app, every setting is designed to monitor and restrict. The operating system is a Frankenstein's monster of Android, stripped of Google services, re-engineered for the state, and locked down at every level. The core code enforces government rules automatically, blocking features and flagging suspicious activity. For example, the OS will prevent the opening of unapproved file types, instantly shutting down any attempt to access forbidden content. If you get a South Korean movie file onto your phone, the device refuses to play it. No exceptions. This isn't just a setting, it's hardwired, turning a personal device into a digital prison guard, always watching. Then there are the apps. Messaging apps that look like WhatsApp, photo sharing apps that feel like Instagram, newsreaders mimicking Western designs. But these are hollow shells. The messaging app only connects to users on Kwangmyong, the country's internal network. The photo sharing app is filled with curated images from state media. Smiling workers, monuments, the supreme leader. Newsreaders mimic Western layouts, but the content is generic, censored, and often empty. There's no data pipeline to the outside world. Wi-Fi connects only to state-approved access points. Surveillance features are everywhere. Every action is logged. Every attempt to modify the software or access forbidden files can brick the device. The phone is not a tool for the user, it's a tool for the state, a digital ghost in the machine, enforcing the regime's will. Each defector's phone is evidence of how technology can be twisted into a dialect of pure control, a silent witness to life inside North Korea's digital prison. So, how does a North Korean developer, with no access to the global internet, create a convincing replica of a foreign app? The answer is a mix of resourcefulness, pressure, and a lot of improvisation. It's less about elegant coding, and more about meticulous imitation, driven by state directives and the need to deliver results quickly. The goal isn't to innovate or understand the original code, it's to replicate the visual and interactive experience as closely as possible, down to the smallest detail. The primary source material is often visual, screenshots from diplomats or athletes, or a physical device briefly studied under supervision, sometimes for just a few hours. Developers must memorize every detail: button colors, menu slides, fonts, and even subtle animations, before the device is taken away. They become like forensic artists, sketching a portrait from fleeting glimpses and piecing together the app's look from memory. Once they have this visual blueprint, the real coding begins, often as a team effort under tight deadlines. North Korean developers are highly trained in standard programming languages at elite universities, and they use standard software development kits to build their apps. They aren't reinventing the wheel, they're assembling a facade, layering UI elements to mimic the original. They'll create a button that looks like Instagram's, code a scrolling motion that feels like Facebook's, and make sure every interaction matches the original as closely as possible. The final product is a functional replica in appearance only, running on a completely different backend. The servers, databases, and algorithms are all North Korean, designed to work within the country's closed network. The cloned app connects to a simple, state-controlled server on Kwangmyong, North Korea's isolated intranet. In the end, all this skill and effort is channeled into building a beautiful, interactive, and completely contained digital cage.